Yes. Okay.
Nice.
I think
We
we're
got a
gonna
yes.
go. Okay. All right.
We have a yes.
Let me turn off the audio here. Okay. All right. Well, let's get started. So I'm Justin, one of the co-founders of Apollo Automation. We got
Kyle, Director of Operations of Apollo Automation.
And then we've got a special guest tonight here at CES in Las Vegas.
Gavin from the HomeTech FM team.
I'm TJ Huddleston from the HomeTech FM team.
I'm Seth Johnson from the HomeTech FM team, and
Nicole Huddleston, just visiting.
just hanging out.
She don't want to be left out.
Like I said, we're all here at CES in Las Vegas for the 2026 show, and we figured we'd get together and do a live stream. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight.
Try to.
The first thing is we do a live stream giveaway. I haven't seen Brandon message yet. I don't know if Brandon has set it up yet, but we'll get that going. And then first off, this is actually the first live stream that we've had since we got our commercial partner announcement with Open Home Foundation.
Yep.
So if you hadn't heard already, yes, thank you. Apollo Automation is now a commercial partner with the Open Home Foundation, and will be helping ESPHome kind of just grow the brand and help support the OHF team. So that was something that was kind of hard to keep quiet for a while. So we're very happy that it's out now and that we can talk to everybody about it. Yeah, thanks Ben, thanks everybody. And if you didn't hear me earlier, we got Jesse, actually the main developer of ESPHome on here. Looks like what else? Who else we got? Holly, Ben's back. Criterion. Oh, cool. Good to see you. Oh, Pat's here. Kyle, it says you're on here too.
Yeah, I'm on here.
Yeah,
I'm watching
okay.
on the phone.
But so yeah, that was a pretty big announcement. Just really excited to see what we can do with the Open Home Foundation, and see what kind of products we can make with them, and see how we can support the community. We typically do a cool community corner where we show things that the community's done with our sensors and stuff. But you guys are going to be our cool community corner today.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you guys want to talk about maybe like the podcast and like what you guys do and like anything cool you've been doing at home.
I let our boss speak.
Oh yeah, the boss.
Yeah, the boss.
I don't know, man. I've got so many projects at home that I'm in the middle of. It's hard to pick which one's the best one to talk about, but I don't know. We sit down once a week and chat on a podcast, and we spend about 4 or 5 hours talking, and then we record about an hour of that, I guess, and then we just it's what? How long have you been doing it? Like 2 years, 3 years now?
I feel like
10 years?
Gavin and I have been on there for like 4 years
4
or so
years?
now.
Am I past probation yet?
I don't know. Not
You guys
not vested yet.
on episode like 500 something, right?
It's like
Oh, he's
550
been doing
or
it for
something
like
that.
10 plus years.
Yeah.
It's time. It honestly has flown by. It's just something fun we get to sit down and do every week and talk tech. There's always something to talk about. It seems like. If Apollo's not coming out with a new product, Unify is.
Yep.
And if Unify's not coming out, Apollo's coming out with something cool. So there's always something good to talk about. It's been a fun couple of years, and it definitely changed. I mean, significantly. When I first started, we were talking about like the pro space and doing Crestron and Control4's Avant, and all that stuff is kind of like, it's still there. It's not like that's not something you do if that's your job. But the exciting stuff is happening over here on the DIY, where we have all these really cool sensor technologies, and Matter is sitting there courting everyone and looking like it's taken off this week. A lot of Matter news today, just rolling out. So,
Yep.
I don't know. It's something fun to do, and we sit down and chat and talk. That's all I got for that. I mean, and Gavin encourages us to spend a lot of money on stuff. And got like 200 servers now. It's ridiculous.
I have a rack in my basement.
I got him to buy a rack, so yeah. Success.
Yeah.
TJ, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that I'm in the professional space. I have a low voltage company that I do full time. And I've been in the professional AV space for about 10 years now, a little over 10 years at this point. And when I started listening to Seth and Jason, who was one of the original co-hosts of the show, it was just all professional news. I mean, it was Savant or Control 4 or Crestron or all these big name companies coming out with stuff, and that's slowed down a lot. There's been a lot of consolidation in the industry, and we're focusing a lot more on DIY stuff at this point. And for me, I obviously like the DIY stuff because I like to be able to do it at my house. And I originally swore off, Wi-Fi sensors and devices because I wanted all of them to work over, Zigbee and Z-Wave and all these things. But actually, one of the first Wi-Fi smart home devices I allowed into my house was Apollo, and that's because it's based off of ESPHome. And it allows you to make those changes and integrate it very easily, and it's all locally based. And you can't really say that for a lot of Wi-Fi sensors. So that's been a real big game changer in the industry. Just companies like Apollo releasing those devices that are easy to use, and they use Wi-Fi because everybody has Wi-Fi at this point. Nobody wants a separate hub for their stuff. So it's been very cool to be part of the news cycle and figure out what the cool products are and how they fit into everybody's life. So what about you, Gavin?
Well, I've been dealing with tech since a very young age, and I'm a home assistant guy. I've been through a HomeKit, Habitat, SmartThings, ended up at Home Assistant. I probably will be there for a while. I have about 400 devices in my house, and yeah, I'm a do-it-yourself guy. I do this stuff for fun. I do it as a hobby. I do it to annoy the wife sometimes. Like I did throw my Apollo sensor, the millimeter wave one, in the bathroom once to turn on the fan whenever she went in there, right? I didn't like hearing noises, right? So that was to drown it out, but that was quickly pulled for me. Like she quickly got, take that out. She's like, nope, hell no. So yeah, and these guys, whenever something breaks, like Seth's always breaking something, so I have to tell him how to fix it, like.
That's true.
Yeah, that's all. I just do it for fun.
Yeah.
Breaking stuff, but you never finish anything.
I mean,
So,
some things I do. Some things I do.
Well, Seth says that he's got a bunch of projects going on, and it's only because he never finishes a project.
Yeah,
that's
so
yeah.
they're always in progress.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Looks like YouTube might be having some trouble. So sorry, YouTube. I don't know if it's like streaming well, but does it work for you, Kyle? YouTube? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's working okay. Maybe
It's working
just
fine.
lagging
You're
for me. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. And we'll talk more. I had a few more questions about CES and some other stuff at the end. So,
Yeah, of course.
and then of course chime in, anytime. So let's go on to, or real quick, I did want to do an update on our the Apollo H2, our ornament that we do for charity every year. We ended up doing about like $4,200 we raised, and so all that was profit from the sales of the ornaments, and they all went to a local charity called Casa of Lexington, who helps kids that are going through the court system, and then we sent some to the Open Home Foundation. So that was pretty cool. So, we wouldn't be a company without them, so we thought it'd be nice to support them, and then now we'll be supporting them as a commercial partner too, which is really exciting. So. But we did have some cool code updates. No, you're good, Gavin.
Just making sure.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
I look
so,
good.
And then we have some cool code updates. We recently released the button 1, which is our little macro deck. It has 4 buttons on it, connects over Wi-Fi. It has single press, double press, triple press, and a hold, so you can have 16 actions. But we just got it working on Zigbee actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's working on Zigbee. There is an ESPHome Zigbee branch on our GitHub. Of course, all our code is open source. If you guys want to test it on your button 1s, please do. We did some testing, and the battery life actually is very good. Very good. A little bit better than Wi-Fi. It seems to be quicker to wake up to respond. It takes the battery version of the button 1 about 10 seconds to wake up, and then it does the single press or whatever whichever action you chose. But Zigbee is a few seconds. It seems almost half the speed, if not. But yeah. So someone shared Paul Hibbert. Yeah. But yeah.
We've seen Paul here too.
Yeah,
that's the first thing I thought of when I saw him. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're really excited because this is going to be the first device that we have in Zigbee.
Nice.
And everybody's been asking for Zigbee products literally since our first post back 2 years ago in 2023. So it's our most highly requested protocol. So we're excited.
Can I talk on the Zigbee? Like, I'm
Oh,
excited
yeah.
for your Zigbee progress. Like,
Yeah.
like to be honest, because it now opens up a whole. It opens up battery-powered devices. It opens up, faster communication, and a lot of us already have Zigbee meshes in our house.
Yeah.
It's gonna allow us to utilize that. So, and it's just another step to Thread or to Matter.
Exactly.
I'm loving where
Yep.
you guys are doing with this.
That would be the next step after we get Zigbee done with the sensors that because the pump one and the button one both are using the ESP32 C6 now, which has Zigbee and Thread. So once we get Zigbee out of the way, we'll start doing Thread because Matter, like you guys mentioned, is definitely gaining popularity and definitely something you can't. Not that we were ignoring it, just so you can't ignore it now for sure.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
especially with OpenThread being supported by ESPHome now. So, and then of course now with the ZBT2, got an awesome Zigbee and Thread antenna. So
Was it relatively easy to add on Zigbee compatibility to some of the products?
Yeah,
or
so
was it a difficult process?
yeah, so I worked on. There's an external component, and I forget. I think it's the person who made it is LUAR like 123, and it was very simple. You basically just kind of there's a little bit of configuration YAML, and then you basically just point it to your core YAML, and it can actually pull like the sensors from the core YAML and automatically kind of like add it. So that was a great way to do it. But then Trevor actually did like a full Zigbee like stack, I guess But so yeah, it wasn't actually too bad. It seems like it's going to be very good for not only for us but for anybody else that's using like a C6 or an H2. So that also has Zigbee and Thread. So yeah.
Nice.
And what else? So smart home ecosystems, we work with Homey as well. We're partners with them, and our devices can work with Homey. There was an update to ESPHome that was actually causing issues with them connecting to Homey, but we should have that fixed now. So that should be, we have it in the test app. I don't know if Trevor pushed the full production app, but that should be fixed. I think we've had multiple community members and even Abba, the partnership manager, say that it's working better. So we'll do more testing when I get back, but we're again in Las Vegas, so can't do too much testing here. But for upcoming events, I had CES, but we're here.
We're here.
So
I'm here.
if you guys don't know, CES is the Consumer Electronics Show. It's the largest electronics show, I think, in size. We found out that IFA in Berlin, which we went to in last September, is actually the largest for people. So they actually let consumers, like they used to here at CES, they let consumers actually come to the floor and actually, you don't have to be like an industry attendee or media to get in like you do in CES. So that's pretty cool. But CES is awesome. All the big brands are here. Everybody's showcasing their new technology, everything they've got. You guys have seen some cool stuff. I know you're under maybe some NDAs or embargoes, but there's some cool stuff in the lawnmower space and camera space and stuff coming out. So, but yeah, very exciting. And then also we have LANWAR, which you may have heard us talk about before, but it's a gaming LAN, in-person gaming LAN in Louisville, Kentucky. And we've been doing it for well over a decade now as gamers, but then when we started the company, we started sponsoring the event. But it's like 400 people. You bring your own computer. It's like 4 straight days of gaming, and you just sleep. You sleep there, and you wake up, and you game more. So
Nice.
But there's board games and lots of other stuff there. We'll have a table set up, and we do like a little Apollo workshop with dev boards and WLED and stuff. So
is that in the summer, or when is that again?
they do it twice a year.
Okay.
They do it in January, and then they usually do it in July, August.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, if you guys are in the Louisville area or in our area, come on out to LANWAR. It's going to be a good time. It always is. So, actually, they were claiming that they were the longest running LAN since like 1998, but then some LAN in Canada, said we've been doing it since '97.
It's not real. It's not real.
So, thanks, Gavin.
Canada,
So,
Canada been around that long?
yeah. So, but
yeah, we had lands back then.
So the only claim to fame is that LANWAR's been, I think, consistent even through COVID. Like they were, but this one in Canada's been taking a year off here. But it's okay. So
typical Canadian.
yeah, it's fine. So, but we're gonna be there. It's gonna be a great event. Also for product development, the Button One actually is officially released. It's officially out. We're shipping it. It's in our Australia and Canadian warehouses. It's shipping all over. I think we send you one, Gavin? Did you get one? A button one? You haven't got one yet? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll get you one. But they are everywhere. They're shipping everywhere.
When I get home, I'll get it.
Yes. But yeah, it's out. So if you haven't played with one, they are very cool. It's just nice to have a physical button next to something like in your nightstand or just somewhere where you don't want to pull out your phone, or for guests too, or
Spouse approval
spouses.
factor is very high.
Yeah, it's nice. You just push a button. And again, it has single press, double press, triple press, and like a hold. So you have 16 different actions. We have a really nice blueprint that Jesse from ESPHome and Brandon Smart Home Sellout made, and for the button one. So it's super simple. We were talking about this earlier, Gavin.
Yes.
It's super simple to automate it essentially. You just literally just click, I want single press to do this, and it's super simple. It has 4 RGB LEDs that are fully addressable on it that you can do whatever you want with. There is a battery version and then a non-battery version. The battery version with like 4 presses a day was like close to your battery life. That's without the deep sleep. We had to remove the deep sleep component because there was an update with ESPHome that kind of broke some external components. So once we add that back, it'll go, because initially it was like two years. So it was almost like double. But with Zigbee, I don't know yet. But
I'm curious how you guys measure that though, because you didn't have this for a year.
Yeah, so we have like a power profiler, and then we look at how many like microamps or milliamps it's drawing whenever it's awake or asleep, and then we do estimates. But we do have them running in the workshop basically as long as we can, with development, making sure they work and making sure that the battery life it's not jumping around or is the same. So, but yeah, it's a fun device. We have clear keycaps. We have smoke caps for it, like a smoky cap, and then we have an icon like pack set that's got light bulbs and locks and that sort of thing. So
this is a cool piece. I mean, I always look for this kind of stuff because it stands out, and it's not for like. I always look at this as more like the accessibility side of things. If you're sight impaired, these tablets are useless. It doesn't matter what the feedback is on them. And if you need to turn on your lights or turn off your lights, you need to have a button that's dedicated for that because you don't know what the state is. I think that this is going to, I was looking for something just like this a few months back when I was trying to help somebody find some things. And there was really nothing out there. I went and found some like custom keyboard manufacturer type things that had made like these control panel type keyboards for video editing and that kind of thing in Infocom space. And they also have like a model train one. I don't know. It was a strange.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like
a big community.
Really, but it was interesting. Those, and then they have those of various sizes all the way up to like very large panels, and you can customize how you want. And I was thinking using that, but this makes it so much easier because it's just like the couple buttons we need for each room. We put it right where you need it, right where she can find it, and you click the button, and you're good to go.
And it is hot swappable too. So like I like brown switches, like tactile. Linears are nice. I'm not really into the clickies like blues, but it is hot swappable, so you can change out to whatever like Cherry MX style switch you want. And the keycaps, of course, so you can change those out to whatever you want. So, as
a person with a dozen keyboards, I really appreciate the hot swappable switches because I'm very particular on my switches.
Are you a mechanical like keyboard guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I literally have like a dozen of them. I'm not even kidding.
Okay. It's got a little bit of
annoying.
Yeah.
He's always editing them out of the podcast because he gets all happy with his typing.
Yeah.
Well, Nicole bought me a new keyboard, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, and I was able to get some really silent switches, which aren't that silent, but they're a lot quieter than like my Unicomp IBM keyboard that I have. So.
Yes. Oh man, that thing's very thunky.
Oh, they're very great. They're great though.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, hot swappable switches.
Yep. Very good. Very good. And then what else is on it? I think that pretty much
custom keycaps too.
Yeah, we got the icon pack.
The icon pack. It comes with
16
blinds, other stuff like that.
Nice.
What's the
general stuff?
The reason I was like, you can even pop them off. They have those keycaps that have the little like 1, 2, 3 dots on them.
Yeah,
so
like Braille. Yeah.
It's such a great
Braille.
thing. Like it's so customizable. Even outside of like what you and I and we're all excited about having this product for, like it's really cool that it will be available for somebody to be able to use and integrate with their systems that they have at their house. I mean, this is hard stuff to find, believe it or not. So it's really cool that you guys are coming out with this.
That's why we're making it. Listen to the community and see what they want, and coming up with we're making the product, bringing it to life. We did have a cool Ben, one of our longtime Discord users, beta testers. he 3D printed like Mario
Yeah, those look
cubes
nice.
with question marks. So
That's great.
but yeah, it's that's the best part as a community, and just seeing what everybody uses it for. What else? And so, we kind of talked about firmware, but we do have a beta firmware. So if you guys want to kind of get a sneak peek of like what we're working on, or want to test what we're working on, it's open to everybody. Just message us in Discord, and we'll get this, all the code is open source. So if you want to test beta firmware, just let us know. And again, we have a future product survey. So we want everybody to take this because it lets us know what we need to actually spend our time on. Where do we need to spend our R&D? We don't want to build a product and then say here's a product and no one wants it. We want to make something that people want. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of those products that they just make something and no one actually wants it.
Definitely not a CES. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I filled out your survey multiple times.
Okay, good,
Under
yeah.
different names.
Yes, and that's why we saw an increase in soil
Soil
moisture
moisture sensors.
So it has a lot of soil moisture
Yeah.
sensors over here. This guy.
Exterior soil moisture sensor, with the battery and and flush, So, okay. So yes, please fill that out because it lets us know what to make. And then also we have a feedback squad. So in our Discord, we have some different roles. These are all Discord roles. We have a helper role as well if you want to help in the Discord. But feedback squad is for people, for us to ping and say like, hey, we have an idea. Like with the icon pack for the button 1, we're like, what icon should we have? What do you want to see? And so that kind of helped us figure out which 16 we wanted to actually print on the icon pack. So just things like that. If you want to be involved and help, help with the development, join. Ask to get that tag, and we'll put it on you, and you can start helping us out. We are also looking for more distribution in Europe. So we would like to kind of have our own distribution in probably Germany would probably be the best place. We did learn some cool facts when we were at IFA Berlin that Germany, although it has I think 80 million people, has more installs of Home Assistant than the US does, which is like 330, 40 million people, something like that, which is pretty wild to us. So, but yeah, if anybody, and we just want to better serve the European, community as well. So if you're interested, just let us know. If you know of anybody, let us know. Ideally Germany, but any European country would work. So just to help. And with the United Kingdom, unfortunately, they are, with Brexit, they're no longer part of the EU. So we may have to find somebody there as well. So in the UK, but all right. So that's basically all the stuff that I had. I think we've covered everything. So I wanted to kind of talk with you guys more about 2025, what was one of the coolest, I guess, pieces of tech or news that that came out related to tech, and then what are you looking forward to for 2026? I guess CES. What are you hoping to see this year? Anybody can go first.
Gavin first.
Why me first? I like to judge things based on what I get my hands on too, right? And in terms of the smart home, one of my favorite products was the Car FP300. I've said it a number of times because it fixed my millimeter wave battery powered millimeter wave search. It was the one that worked perfectly. So I know there are a lot of other options, but they're all powered by cable. But where I wanted to put these were specific I can get power to.
Yes.
Right. So that's why it worked great. So for that's my 2025 pick. My 2026 pick, I'm kind of excited for you guys to move into the Zigbee, and hopefully enter the battery. Because I understand in my where I put a lot of my sensors, I don't necessarily have power running there, and wires coming down the wall. The wife she gets mad at that. So I'm just looking forward to that. And I'm gonna play with the beta firmware when it comes out, and if I get one of the keys, I'll play around with the beta firmware and do my battery testing from there. See if it lasts a year. I'll let you know. Yeah,
we'll get you one. Don't worry. And then for 2026, anything you're looking forward to, for I guess to see here at CES or
Well, this is my
Anything
first
more?
CES. I really don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Like, we went to Unveiled yesterday, which was really cool. And I don't even, are we allowed to talk about stuff we saw there?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the coolest thing, like, it was really weird, but, Nicole was there at one booth. And,
That was the coolest thing? Yeah.
Well, and she's cool as it is, but she wasn't the coolest thing there because there was this speaker, and they were like, "Come listen to the speaker," and it was like a center channel speaker, right?
Yeah.
And it generated surround sound like in midair, and it was really weird. You kind of have to experience it for yourself because as soon as you stood in front of the speaker and they pressed play, it sounded like sound was coming from everywhere around you in the middle of the floor. It was amazing. I can't explain it enough, but that was one of the coolest things I've seen there so far.
All right.
Yeah, that was really cool. It's a desktop speaker, so it's supposed to be for like your computer or something like that. It connects via Bluetooth. But I had like my Meta Ray-Ban glasses on, recording and taking some photos and stuff like that. And it literally sounded like the sound was coming from my glasses. Like it was so like in your face. It was amazing. I've never had anything like that before. So a lot of cool stuff in audio right now.
All right. So TJ, 2025, something cool, and then something cool in 26, and maybe talk about CES a little bit more.
Yeah, so I think for 2025, I'm going to go with my favorite product in general, but it's been Twinkly, which makes a bunch of, Christmas lights. They have a bunch of stuff now, like permanent outdoor lights and stuff like that. Seth is always talking about his grand ambitions for projects that he never does. And some of those are Christmas lights. Yeah, sure you did. And it's one of those things that like it always sounds like a good idea to build my own Christmas lights and do all this stuff, but I have no desire to actually do that. And Twinkly has just made that easy. It's like I bought them as like just Christmas tree lights initially, but every time I take them out of the box, in December or November, whenever we put the tree up, they just automatically connect to my Wi-Fi again, and they just work. And it's one of those devices that I never have to think about like how to use again. It just works every time. And this year I went out and bought a Twinkly Christmas tree. I got it on Facebook Marketplace for a really good deal. And it kept in the spirit of just easy to use. Like the whole tree went together in like 3 minutes, and I already had it connect to my phone and everything like that. So that would probably be like one of my highlight devices or ecosystems for 2025. For 2026, I'm interested to see where we take robots. One of the common things it seemed like at Unveiled yesterday was pool cleaner robots. There was like 3 or 4 booths with like pool cleaner robots, and those have always been our thing.
Yeah, and only one of them actually mentioned they put AI in it. That was the
okay, that's
I was
surprising.
expecting AI from everybody, but only
Yeah.
one mentioned AI. But yeah, pool cleaning robots is gonna be something I'm looking at this year too.
Yeah, so robots, I think in general in 2026, we've seen a couple companies that have come out with like the humanoid robots.
Yes.
I can't think of the company right now, but they have this one where like a person's actually controlling in the background, which sounds creepy to me. But we're going to start seeing some more of these robots and a lot more robot lawnmowers. We'll probably see the price of those come down. So I think CES in general is just going to have a lot of robots.
I am definitely excited. I talked to you, Gavin, about this, but about a robot lawnmower with LiDAR.
Yeah.
So I think we've seen a couple. There was one that came out last year.
That was the goat from
The goat,
Ecovacs, I think it was.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a few coming out. You'll see them tomorrow.
Nice.
And there's some cool accessories coming with them too.
Yes.
So.
I saw Motion. They kind of already announced theirs. I saw like an article, right?
Yeah.
That has LiDAR, but definitely excited to see these other ones.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I said, hopefully the price comes down.
It's like a weird time right now because we've seen so much of this stuff, but we can't talk about a lot of it. So it's like it's hard to know what we can actually say. But
Probably tomorrow.
there's a lot of cool stuff that you'll be seeing starting to come out tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that all the manufacturers with the lawnmower tech, they're not just relying on one technology like they were in the past. There's no more wire in the yard, but they don't want anybody to like have to do that to set up their lawnmower. So they have gone to the GPS, which was okay, and then RTK, which is a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it turns out nobody wants to set up the little base station.
Yeah.
So now LiDARs have the next step, but they're going to start combining LiDARs, cameras, and then the RTK, and bringing those 3 pieces together to make. Everyone I've seen has those 3 technologies. So I think it's going to get the yard technology is going to get centered around that. We saw a couple in that unveil. What was it? it was the big one.
Yeah,
one
that
with
commercial
the
one
tank
is
check.
huge.
Oh, that was
silly,
huge.
but
Yeah.
It was one that did like 18 acres.
Yeah.
18 acres.
Yeah, it's
It's a beast.
ginormous.
That is incredible.
It was basically the size of a riding lawnmower,
Yeah.
minus like the
Yeah.
seat.
Yeah.
It was absurdly, it's absurdly large.
Wow.
There's a picture of it. It's
That's awesome. Wow. I like the colors too.
But it also
Yeah.
did trimming too. That was just pretty
Oh,
big
okay.
trimmer attachment. Yeah,
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
yeah. It was that was interesting. But yeah, I think for the most part they're all going to start. You're going to start seeing them all center on those three technologies
Yeah.
to do obstacle avoidance and track where your yard is. And I think at that point, it's going to be the race to see who gets the best cut lawn out of it. You know, like who doesn't like miss the trimming around where it could get, and then a couple other things.
The different patterns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if anyone's wondering, do they actually help your lawn? I did an experiment this year with one.
Okay.
And just my backyard lawn. My front, I cut myself manually. But the fact that it went out multiple times a week and just trimmed off a little bit, it would just maintain the lawn. It would just trim a little bit. That backyard lawn grew in nicely, and it was much better than my front lawn. So I think there's, good results from it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, they're worth it.
All right. All right, Seth. You're up next.
What are we talking about? What is it? What did I like
Something
it
cool in
last
20,
year?
yeah, 2025, something cool in 2025, something cool in 26, and something else CES.
I'm gonna pick something different than I did on the fireside chat because I said my AI horn, and then
The ubiquity AI horn?
The most useless product of 2025.
if anybody knows what I can do with this thing besides, I probably should just sell it. Let me know. The AI horn. No, so kind of like bringing it back to this, I really did have a couple projects this year that I did deal with the ESP32s. At least that platform. What I ended up doing was reflashing some Shelly devices I had just laying around.
Yep.
And to do that, it was a fun project. The Shelly devices did not do out of the box what I wanted them to do, but knowing that I could get ESPHome dropped on them, and figuring out how to do that, I had to take an old Arduino and pop the chip out of it, and then do this backwards hack thing to get everything all set up. As soon as I got it all flashed, I could load the firmware that I wanted on there. I could load the dimming curves that I wanted. I could make everything balanced. I could fine tune the energy usage for that variable. There was all sorts of fun stuff I could do, and I'm like, man, this is addictive. So, but it was just great. So I mean, as far as really cool products that are really coming into their own, I think that the 32 platform. I mean, obviously you guys made an entire company.
Pretty
out
cool.
of it.
You make a company.
I just really had fun with those. So it's just and I've got a couple more things sitting around that I'm like, I could just pop that in now, because now that I know how to do it, and ESP32 exists, it makes it pretty easy for deployment. And the firmware upgrades and all that, being able to put that on, it's a good platform. So
every day you're seeing multiple posts on the Home Assistant Discord or subreddit, ESPHome, ESP32 subreddits, of people saying I took this circuit board out of this dumb electronic, flashed ESPHome on it, and now it's smart. Or they just add a ESP32 dead board to it and control it, and now it's smart.
Yeah, because they're pretty ubiquitous. They're all over the place, and I can't believe if manufacturers realize what's just sitting there for them to take advantage of with the ESPHome. I just don't understand why. I mean, there's a lot of money, I guess, that they can pay to consultants and that kind of thing. But man, it's for just getting your product to market and making the hardware the best in class, and not having to worry about the software side too much. I mean, that's a great little system. So kudos to everyone involved with that, and you guys too. And then for 2026, or what, CES 2026? I'm still 2026. I'm playing around with more AI stuff, so I'm going to explore with what the agents and all that stuff that comes along with that. Their skills are out now with the Claude, so the Claude's got all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Claude code is
It's
amazing.
wild.
I can't. Yeah, I was doing stuff just today that I'm like, it only cost me $2.50, and I'm like, you know what? That is weeks and weeks and weeks of work and editing. I'm like, no, this is great. So very, very excited about that. And let's see, CES. I mean, there's so many Labubu's here.
Yeah.
I've got videos like
There's creepy
pictures,
dolls.
creepy dolls.
Oh my
There's
god.
one with a hammer.
What's the SwitchBot thing? Does anybody understand what
That
this?
was at IFA. It's like a little animal robot thing that they announced at IFA in Berlin in September.
That's creepy.
It
Yeah.
takes pictures of you.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So there's also like look, I found these too. These like little ones. They sit on there. They look
Yep.
at you, and so
Yeah,
like
there's like a sloth. Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh my
like there's so
God.
many of these little things that CES is wild. I can't express to you like how diverse this show is. Like I walked in today. I was walking to the Samsung One thing, and I saw a creators lounge. I'm like, oh, that must be for me because I'm a creator.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and they're like, "Are you here for the Korean face care thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm clearly in the wrong thing." The people walking in there look nothing like me. Like, perfect skin.
Yeah.
I'm not that person. So
Florida sun, general.
yeah. Like I clearly don't take care of myself. So like, I text my wife, and she's like, "Go get me samples." I'm like, I'm not. But the Samsung One thing was wild too. Like they had. If you want to see AI, guys, go by their booth because they've got AI written on everything over
Yes.
there.
Not surprised.
Yeah. But they had their. It was like an entire ballroom that they had taken, and then they basically built a room inside of that for their projection mapping and all this crazy stuff that they did just as you walked in, and then they've got all the TVs and everything set up inside. But their ecosystem's looking pretty good too.
Yeah.
Like.
Are they using Bixby? Is that the?
I looked around for the little Bixby speaker thing and I couldn't find it, but no, the high.
What runs their AI?
They have their own AI. It's their Tizen platform they have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've got a large ecosystem. If you're all in on Samsung, it looks pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Like if you have Samsung appliances, they have refrigerator doors that would just open themselves.
Yeah, by voice.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, oh, that's really cool.
And there's doors. You guys were talking about. There's an automatic door now too, right? You guys
Yeah,
were
for the
talking about-
fridge. Yeah,
It's on the fridge, like the Samsung fridge door. It pops over.
Or I thought you were talking about like a front door or something. You guys on your
Yeah,
on your
Oh,
last
Samsung.
podcast.
That was
That's
different.
from-
That's a different company. The smart door. Remember?
Yeah.
There was like a door.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about. That's
That can
smart.
open and close on its own.
Yeah.
And it's powered.
That's-
We don't have a price for that one, I don't think.
Yeah.
So.
That's nice, but it could be scary if it like glitched and just opened in the middle of the night or something. And if you're in Canada, you got bears everywhere, right? So right, you just
Moose.
yeah, you want a moose
Yeah.
coming in, right?
Yeah,
Coming in,
the
so.
moose.
Mises.
Maybe for a door in the house, not
Yeah, not the
exterior door. Yes.
exterior
Yeah,
door.
be good for
Yeah.
a kid's room.
So yeah.
Yeah, if a door opens on its own in my house, I'm getting out. I don't care if it's automated or not.
The door opens in my house. It's a hurricane. It's blowing the door open.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, you kind of started your smart home journey in 2025. You got some products. You were talking about that.
Just
and
start
then-
off just with Home Assistant Green. Did a few automations at the house. Just MSR2, nothing major.
Air One, right?
Yeah, I have an Air One. Got the M1, sending some messages. I think I talked about that before already.
And then you got the ZWA2 and a ZPT2, and you got a Z-Wave switch.
The Z-Wave switch, yeah, in
Or
one of
light
the rooms
switch,
so far.
dimmer
Yep,
switch.
it's been
Nice.
interesting so far.
Yeah. And then are you looking forward to anything at
Yeah.
CES or
2026, like you was talking about it.
Labubu's.
Oh, not Labubu's. I was gonna say AI. I mean,
Labubu's.
AI is all over everything. I'm just curious to see how far they can really push it and what it can really do. And it seems like it just every time you turn around, I mean, there's something new and something new and something better, and always find a new way to use it.
It's Seth, you kind of touched on it on your podcast too about it being like a tool. Like
Yeah,
I think everybody's really scared of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a Y2K type event. It feels like again, but like if you use it like
It's a tool.
correctly as a tool, like it is absolutely incredible.
It's a hammer. It's a really good hammer.
It is.
And everything is a nail for
Yeah,
it right
it
now.
is. Yeah.
But I think as
So,
we learn to use that hammer to actually hit the nails, then
Yeah.
it's going to be a pretty solid piece.
So-
And we're going to start getting more stuff made out of it
Yeah.
that is more useful for more people. Because on like the Claude Code stuff, hands down, the
Yeah.
craziest app I've used in a very long time, and it's just a prompt on the terminal. And but it's nothing like you go to ChatGPT and go to the web app or whatever. Completely different.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it's like a dumbed down version, and it's like you don't know what you're missing. if you go over here
Yep.
and start working with the system that they have in the structure that they have set up,
Yep.
it's wild. So
It's coming. I think it's definitely going to be integrated in basically, like you said, anything that it can
everything.
be integrated in.
Yeah.
And
But
I think it's
there
going
are
to do a
certain
lot of good.
systems that are really pushing it in that do make me nervous. I've been to a few Microsoft events and they're pushing some stuff, and I had to raise my hand and say, "Are you guys that confident in its OCR reading? Because you miss a decimal point, and that could cost your business a lot of money."
Yeah.
And they understand that, but they're willing to take the risk.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
we know, but I mean, it's gonna save you a lot of money. And I'm like, okay, like I'm a little nervous how they're pushing some of it, but I love it as a tool.
yeah.
I use
Yeah.
it every day.
Same.
Mhm.
And anything else, Kyle, for
No,
CES?
that's pretty
Yeah?
much it. I
Okay.
don't know. We'll see.
Nicole, I got some good questions for you. Because you are on the other side, kind of. You do a lot of techie stuff, but so your house. Can you tell us, a thing that you really, really love that's, smart, and then something like that you, hated and maybe had TJ remove?
Oh, I was going to say she's not going to say TJ for the first
I say the same thing.
Can't remove me.
Okay, so obviously the first thing that comes to mind is something that upsets me. So.
It's
But I love it.
Bring it on, girl. We're here for you.
I love it, but no. So we have these smart sensors for our lights and stuff like that. If I stand still for about 5 minutes, the lights shut off on me, and so
Okay.
it drives me absolutely insane. When I am in the middle of preparing something, I'm just standing at the counter and my hands are moving, but that's not enough for the sensor to get.
Yeah.
And so, that really, really makes me really mad. I just wave my hands like I'm crazy trying to get this
Okay.
thing to turn back on.
All right.
Sometimes I have to get up and just walk around for it to actually work for me. So, yeah.
Well, we could fix that. We have some devices that can help with that.
I think the sensors are too high. She's pretty short.
I honestly think that's probably part of it. Because it's up here.
All right.
Something that I really love.
Or something that's okay. That works. that you're allowing
Lukewarm on
to.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Well, I can't say love anymore because he took them all away. But
Oh.
so we had speakers all over the house.
Yes.
Sonos speakers all over the house that would sync up when you walked through. They would just play whatever was playing in the main room, and TJ got really frustrated with them and took them all out. So we don't have them anymore. But I
Yeah.
used to like them.
It's a saga right now. That's
Looks like you guys have a
And so
whole
he's-
history.
He's
yeah,
switching.
right, with
He's
the
trying
Sonos,
he's
yeah.
trying other things right now, and so and that's not really working out the way that we need it to. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we're still figuring it out. We had Sonos in every room, and I've been a lifelong, not lifelong, but I guess I've been a Sonos user for the past 10 plus years. But it just hasn't worked that well on my network for the past couple years. And so I got really upset with them a couple weeks ago, and I just started selling them on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm still just deciding what I want to go with. But right now I'm leaning towards Dead On Hios. That actually has a platinum quality integration with Home Assistant.
Wow.
And I don't
Okay.
see that very often.
No, I think
So,
there's very few. ESPHome's platinum.
Brother
yeah,
printer.
Brother Printer
Yeah,
is too.
yeah. Those things are legit though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we're working on the audio though. That was one of my favorite things about our house though. So
It's pretty cool.
And is there anything, Nicole, that you wish that was smart or wish that was automated that isn't?
It's right here.
We're talking about it like it's not here.
you can't automate that one.
Well,
sorry.
it could be a device, something that TJ, couldn't do or something,
Yeah, what can I do?
No way.
She's like, I don't have my list. Where's my list?
There's only one right
If I
answer.
said, if there's anything that you have thought oh man, I wish that was automated, or oh, I wish there was a device for that.
Speakers again.
I mean, what we have set up currently for our irrigation system isn't foolproof.
Yeah.
And I think that it would be nice if it was easier to use and more reliable.
Okay.
Yeah, as lame as that sounds, probably the
Not lame at all. You want to talk about your little garden you got out back real quick, TJ, about like what you're doing back there? And
Yeah, we have like a dozen raised garden beds, and I've been trying to figure out the watering system for that. We got a quote to do like a proper irrigation system for it, but it was like $5,000 or $6,000 for it. And so I've been trying to convince Justin over here to release me a watering mechanism that is basically an irrigation controller, but for a garden hose. There's one other company that makes a device like this. I've never seen it before, but it doesn't fit my use case specifically. So figuring out how to water the individual garden beds, the correct amount of water, but also having like a proper shut off in case there's like a water leak or something like that. That would be super nice. So this year I'm going to try to work on a system like that. I'm going to have a gas over here. Gavin as a service help me figure that part out. So I don't think he knows that yet, but he's gonna help me.
All I heard was soil moisture sensors.
Yeah, exactly. So we do have a pump 1, and that it actually is it's a strong pump.
It's very.
So I'm sure we can figure out some way.
I would need
to
like a
use
really big
it.
bottle though. We have a lot of beds.
Yeah,
so
yeah. We need a water hose hookup
Yeah.
for it. Yeah, so I'm sure we can make it happen. Actually. All right. We didn't answer. Usually we go through it like we'll answer questions as we're going through the live stream. So if you guys don't mind, we're gonna go back,
Let's
kind of
do
go
it.
back through, and we may throw some questions your way. Kyle, did you go all the way back to the beginning and find some? Is this all on?
Yeah, this is all on Discord.
How'd you join without the audio playing?
I
gotta
know.
turn it off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Really?
just turn my phone off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, but I couldn't.
All right. We're gonna go over questions. So thanks again, YouTube, Discord. Sorry for the early technical difficulties. We're in an Airbnb in Vegas with a laptop and a lamp with the lampshade off. For what kind of light is this, or what's it called?
That's our primary today. Yeah.
Is that a
Primary
Gobi
light?
smart light?
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. That's
I don't know.
no. That's one. That came with the Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
One of the coolest things at CES is the swag.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm racking up my swag here.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were telling there's a whole like Discord, subreddit, Facebook group of just swag at CES
Oh,
where
wow.
people will post and say this booth, this exhibit,
really?
is
Yeah.
giving out free, giving out swag. And there was an interesting giveaway last year from a company called Handy. So you can
family show.
yeah, well, you can look up the company. The funny thing is, like our Apollo Automation brand was like right next to, because they're like they work with Homey as well, like they're Homey partners.
Mhm.
So our Apollo Automation was like right next to Handy. It was just kind of hilarious. So, but
that's nice.
yeah, exactly. So let's see. Looks like we have a question from Rebby Pod. What are the ramifications of selling a product that is using ESPHome at its core? What voids the warranty? So we basically kind of got like a "we got you, bro" type warranty. Obviously if you like run over the car, we're basically always going to make it right. So nothing really voids the warranty. And I don't think there's really. I mean, the first part of the question, I'm not really sure how to answer exactly, but let's see. I feel like do we have more? Or are people just talking?
A lot of talking.
Okay. Sorry. Going through. When did we start? It was like 7:30, right? Was there anything else up here?
No.
Nothing. Just the community talking to each other. Okay.
Community.
Any other questions, guys? It looks like there weren't really. You guys. Let's see.
It's very small.
Ask now. Yeah. If you have any other questions, let us know. Final questions for us, for the HomeTech.fm podcast
Sorry, we don't.
guys.
Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Rebby Pod and that elaborated on this question.
Okay, let's see.
Someone check
Oh
this
yeah, so
out.
Cyberdog,
Yeah.
he's been in here for a while. He's asking, when's our entire lineup going to get the C6 for like Zigbee thread? We have transitioned to it, so like, any new sensor that's coming out is either gonna have the C6. If it's PoE, we've been using the S3,
Mhm.
but I think there is a PoE you can do with the C6 as well. But I'm not sure if it's supported in ESPHome quite yet.
But are you gonna go back and refresh any of the products that currently exist and introduce?
Yeah, we'll go back and refresh those and probably put a C6 in them for
Maybe.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, so like the MSR2, the Air 1, the MTR one, those guys, we'll probably go back and refresh those
Yeah.
and put a C6 in them. So, because again, Zigbee is very popular and Thread is
Yeah.
obviously
Because
it's
even
here.
the indoor soil moisture sensors could probably use. I'm using every opportunity to
Yeah.
bring it up, but
Yeah.
even the indoor ones can
Yep.
use a nice refresh.
So, like I said, the pump one has a C6 right now,
Yes.
and the button one has a C6. So
Right.
we haven't done a Zigbee for the